Hello and welcome to another update video about ARB. Yeah, the trend continues to be down. The trend is down and remains down, and I've been warning about this coin for a while. It might recover at some point. At the moment, I don't believe it because we haven't got any signal. So it is one of these hype coins. Yes, of course, there are certain fundamentals. Fundamentals have no impact on price typically unless the sentiment is there to support it. And the last few forecasts, yeah, we've been highlighting lower. It even dropped a little bit not further, but faster than anticipated. So I already assumed the wave 3 might have finished here, but that was not a wave 4. It was far too shallow. It was maybe a sub wave 4 in wave 3. So it might now be that this third wave, circle wave 3, is finished. If we get a wave 4, yeah, maybe a pullback to the trend line, and then I would call that a wave 4. The resistance level against which we can focus on lower is at 96.6 cents because that is the 50% retracement. I don't want a wave 4 to go above that level because then it's not a reliable wave 4 anymore. But we also have the 91.2 cent level, which might be relevant for this wave 4. So that's actually the ideal target, assuming the third wave has bottomed, which we don't know. I mean, sometimes with coins like that, which are very bearish, they just go down without much structure and might just go to zero eventually. Now, I'm not suggesting this has to go to zero, but I have to assume it based on this chart. There's just nothing bullish here, okay? But for short trade, for short trades, it's been amazing. We had here our resistance area with that $1.62 level against which could have been shorted. And yeah, we had a few more here, and we just moved it further down as the price went down. It's probably coming down now in this main third wave, so it needs another 4 and 5 to complete this larger third. That's also when we have basically 3 waves down complete. In the green wave count, which is the hopium count, the downtrend might end there and could then turn around. But I will assume it's going to go down further, and it might eventually go to zero. Because it's just not slowing down. And yeah, but we'll see. I mean, if the trend turns to the upside, we're going to capture that because we're observing the structures. But at the moment, for example, so this third wave, oh no, not this one. Here, circle wave 3, yeah, the target that you would normally look for is the 1.618 FIB extension. And this is the 80 cent level, and we've reached that, okay? So it's basically where that third wave needs to be. This can always extend the third wave, yeah? And then we should get a 4 and a 5. Now, this is absolutely a bearish chart. So just to reassure you, we're currently further following our analysis. The downtrend is just following the forecast. And anyone who did go short earlier today, you know, the latest resistance is 96.6 cents, which means that only a break above that 96.6 cent level, only a break above that level would possibly break that downward impulse, that downside impulse. So until that level breaks, I have no reason to assume that this downtrend is stopping, which means from a, mindset or trend point of view even, we have to look at this chart and say, okay, something's changing here on this chart. If the price breaks above that level, it can do anything in between. But if it gets above that level, especially if it's a move in 5 waves, then things might be changing. Okay. But it wouldn't necessarily be bullish. It could just be a larger correction. I mean, a chart that it's basically in a lifetime downtrend, right? You get charts like these, which just rally. There was a bit of hype, and then it's all coming down. Still a lot of people asking for it, which I assume hopefully for a short trade, because there is nothing bullish here, okay? Just nothing bullish there. But yeah, that's we've been seeing this chart throughout its lifetime as very questionable. And I think it was the $1.20 level and originally when we started to flip completely bearish on this chart, because that was, until then, it could have been a small 1-2 setup, but as I always highlighted, with charts with that much of a, that limited chart history, you cannot really trust it. And when it breaks support, that's it. I've just seen too many of these altcoins like this just fail and die eventually. So it's impossible to say how low it will go eventually, but I mean, it could go to zero. That's basically it. So yeah, we keep focusing on that because there are still quite a few people who are interested. But to make sure that you stay on the right side of the trend, I keep focusing on it. And yeah, hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.